he thought this is as good as you've ever been. Do you agree?
I feel strong. Like I got a good rhythm, and obviously coming off of last year, just enjoying being back out there and being healthy. So definitely feel, in control of my game. Learning with my team as we continue to try to get better and build some momentum this season. It's kind of a weird year, just playing well, and we're getting better as a team. Just we got to get those wins stacked up, and then we can all feel a little bit better about ourselves.
Steph, you've always said that you feel like every shot you put up is going to go in. What's it like when you have one of these nights, and you had one against Portland a month ago, where almost every shot you do put up is going in?
It feels great, especially when, depending on how the defense is guarding you, there's some tough looks, but for the most part, I was able to see where the help was coming from and where the screens are coming from and get to my spot. So, that always is a good feeling when you feel like, you're in rhythm. You just need a clean look and things are going to fall. But you're also able to just stay aggressive and not get taken out of that rhythm. So it was that type of night. And obviously want to get the win. It's kind of mixed feelings right now.
Steph, was getting physically stronger for you a priority after last year's broken hand and all of that?
I've always been a late bloomer, so it's always been a goal every summer since I got into the league. So you have to be able to match the physicality that's thrown at you. It helps to avoid injuries in certain situations, but with how I'm guarded, most nights, and when they put bigger defenders on me, being able to take those bumps and hits and still stay, on my lines when I'm driving, be able to, take that physical, defense off the ball as well and still get to space and be able to shoot. And obviously defensively it helps as well. So it's always been a part of when I'm feeling in, those gains over the summer for sure.
Steph, you actually broke a record tonight in the AAC with your point scoring tonight. The last person to do it was Dirk. His was 53. Obviously, yours was 57. I just want to get your opinion on that.
Did they win that game?
I'm not 100% sure.
Yes, but like I said, mixed feelings.
Thank you.
Do you remember the last time you scored 45 or more and lost in the regular season?
I don't. Is it New York?
No, Portland, 2014, late in the season, overtime game. You might not even remember it.
No, at all.
Well, it has been. You did in one of the Toronto finals games. Actually, you scored 47, but it's been a while since you felt, that. Does that add to the frustration of a loss when you go for 57 and lose?
Absolutely, because I had a lot of good moments out there, and there's a lot of good energy, and we played really hard. They just made a couple more plays down the stretch, and obviously, that Cleaver three in the corner, if that doesn't go in, we come down home, maybe we steal the game at our last possession, but it's one of those you kind of just doing whatever it takes to try to get over the hump, and just a fun atmosphere competing at that level. But it is frustrating when you have a night like that and doesn't lead to a win. I'd be lying if I said I was happy right now. It was kind of weird, walking off the court knowing we didn't get the dub.
Hi, Steph. Joe Grant from Rapid Philippines. Dave, What do you? I just wanted to ask your opinion on the lenient fouls they called for Luka tonight. They called it 2 or 3 for him, and what do you think about that? And they also, I also saw you try to draw one, but they called a travel on you. So I just wanted to get your thoughts on that.
Those are tough plays. I know, you know, as a shooter, you always want to take advantage of defense leaving their feet or coming into your space. But it's a fine line between, you know, going out of your way to look for that contact when you have an open shot, the defender's not really moving towards you or, you know, invading your space, and you kind of seek out that contact. I do it from time to time. They called a travel on me. You know, could have seen that in other plays. You know, it kind of is what it is in that respect. But it is a tough, you know, play to officiate, because you have to determine if the guy's getting up in the air, if he's coming into, you know, the shooter, or, you know, if it's straight on or if it's to the side and all that type of stuff. At the end of the day, you know, I don't try it as much because I feel like if I get space, I can knock it down. So maybe I have to figure out, you know, a couple more tricks up my sleeve and the gamesmanship of that, and try to get to the free throw line a little bit more.
Steph, it was pretty clear that Draymond's game was unlocked with playing center and a lot of the spacing. Do you think he's ready for more minutes at 5 moving forward?
He's ready for most anything. You know, with his basketball IQ and his ability to see the floor and see what's necessary for us to play at the highest level. Obviously, you know, he's got 30 assists in the last 2 games playing at the 5. I know he wants a couple of those turnovers back, but we had great spacing, great ball movement, and he knew exactly, you know, where the open guy was. And I know he enjoys playing like that. I know he talks about setting screens, makes him happy, and you know, feeding the open guy gets him going. So we'll see what, you know, when we get some of our guys back, how we transition, you know, to a more traditional kind of situation. But we've seen some great, you know, play from him in these last 2 games, and I'm sure we'll go explore that even more, you know, down the stretch of the season.
Steph, 132 points tonight, 147 points the other night. How much fun were these 2 games, back and forth, up and down?
It was high energy, high skill level across the floor in terms of, you know, shooting the 3, driving, kicking, you know, just fast paced. So it definitely was fun. Kind of a playoff type vibe where, you know, not that high scoring, but just, you know, going back and forth. And we knew it was going to be a tough night to validate, you know, knowing that they were a desperate team, and, you know, we fought to the end. So just one of those nights where, you know, you want to give yourself a chance on the stretch, and we did. They just made a couple more plays.
Hey, Steph, Tomer Barzani with Sports Illustrated. So Luka, after the game, said it's unbelievable to watch you play. What have you seen with his progression through his young career and his 42-point night tonight?
I'm sure he loves playing with us, especially shooting the 3 ball. I know there's some crazy stat out there in terms of, you know, his 3-point percentages against us versus other teams. And, you know, his eyes lit up a little bit. He made some big shots tonight. He's always under control. He's tough to defend because of his size and his change of pace. And, you know, you got to be prepared for that step back 3. You got to be prepared for his drives. And he's obviously got great court vision. So he can play at all 3 levels of the floor on offense. And, you know, they put shooters around him and try to create as much space, and he takes advantage of it. So, you know, he's just very polished. And he's shown that since his rookie year, and he's gotten better. And, you know, who knows how high, you know, the ceiling is for him. But he's playing at a very elite level right now. And they're going to need that, obviously, to try to dig out that hole that they're in right now. So I'm sure he knows that.
Thank you.
Steph, going big picture, you guys.
Last question. Go ahead. Last question.
Okay. Go ahead. Ladies first, always.
Okay, thank you. Hi, Steph. Looking at the bright side, and I don't know if you can hear me well with these headphones. Um, Looking at the bright side and your great performance, what do you feel is one thing you did well as a team and one thing that you would like to improve on going forward, like thinking about the future and the next games?
I mean, the one thing we always have that keeps coming up in terms of, our performance is just fouling and the offensive rebound or giving up offensive rebounds. Defensively, we're flying around, we're making guys miss, but we gave up too many free throws, especially in the first half, and they got really settled in. And there in the second half was a couple second chance opportunities. We took care of that on Thursday, and tonight they came back and made that a point of emphasis for them. And that's always tough when you're playing great defense and you don't have as much size out there if you're giving up second chance points. So we got to continue to figure out how to stop fouling, how to get one possession or one shot per possession on defense. And we've shown offensively that we're opening up a lot of things in terms of guys, knowing where to be, moving the ball, knocking down shots, and put up 147 and 100, whatever, 32 or whatever it is. So there's no issues there. It's just those two things on defense that'll help us, get some more wins.
Great. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that.